Do I think the superintendent was undermining where we wanted to go? No. But he wasn't supporting that. Frankly, what's the point of being elected into majority back in November if you're not getting that support, not moving in that direction? Now the unions are involved. Now there is recall efforts. Now there's a bunch of power politics, which are not good for the district. They're not good for the community.
We terminate him because just the vision we had for this district and just the trust we had in him just didn't line up with where we wanted to go long term. So we felt it would be better to bring in someone who more aligned with us and who we felt we could trust more.
We lost 3,500 students in our district, operated schools, and I think it was over $30 million in funding under the former superintendent and board's leadership. And while there wasn't one specific instance in time, it was just performance over time, trust with the board members, and the direction that the district was going really wasn't changing. We had a superintendent that we wanted to work with, came in and wanted to give a shot, but we really just weren't moving in the direction that we thought the voters wanted us to move in.
He made some choices that divided our community back in the early stages when we had mask mandates. He went really hard on them. He did kind of create an environment that pitted teachers against parents, and we were hoping when we got on we'd see more of that being healed, and I really didn't see that happen. So that's why we ultimately decided to move in a different direction with our superintendent.
We saw that, this goes beyond Douglas County. It really shouldn't, but we have unions coming in, not just the local unions, but the state unions.
We see the union as the bullies, as the power grabbers, and we have grave concern when they're inserting themselves in our district and trying to cause chaos and trying to get our teachers riled up.
Strikes are not the way to make things happen. Walkouts, sickouts are not in support of learning. If that's the direction we're heading and this becomes a union issue, and the superintendent's not actively fighting back or pushing against that and getting the proper relationship restored, that's a place we couldn't go.
To me, a strong board with a strong superintendent is someone where they both have the same vision, and you don't need to write all these resolutions to try to get the superintendent to be your hands and feet. A superintendent who's aligned with our community, aligned with our kids, prioritizes our kids, prioritizes our teachers, and also lets parents have a voice.
A strong superintendent, and certainly first and foremost, one that can bring this community together, especially if you have a divided board. Politics do overlap the school district. We can't help it. It's the nature of what's going on today. But where the political and the school district collide, you need to do what's in the interest of the school district, not the political.
We took the democratic process of having a vote, and the vote was that the majority of the board want things a certain way. And unfortunately, they make it a battle every time we go in there instead of it just being a vote and giving our statement. And as this last time showed, they got personal and very vicious. So it made it seem like our community was that way too. And it's just too bad. And I want us to come together.
Have we done a great job at getting the politics out? Not yet. Are we working on it and trying to move away from the politics and really focus on the district? Yes.
It's a lot of responsibility. So it'll be a big decision when we go through the process on finding the new superintendent.